Come on.
You're live already.
And we are live yet again. What a beautiful day. Our dude Josh Carroll, Lord Drewcifer. Let's just
Yeah.
get right into it. If you thought
Mike.
week 2 was crazy, just wait till we recap. It was insane.
Very. Microphone check. 1, 2. What
How you
is
feeling?
this? I love Joe Budden. Shout out to Joe Budden. I'm feeling great, actually. But we got, like you said, we got to jump right into the bullshit because it was a lot of bull. Oh, shouts out to the Bears. I got my own special jersey, special hat on. Yeah, you niggas ain't exclusive like that. Y'all can't find this nowhere. Y'all not exclusive like that, right? So I'm talking about. So I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. Y'all not exclusive. It's okay. We gonna jump right into the bullshit. We just gonna jump right into the bullshit. NFL Week 3 was weird again because Week 2 was weird. Week 3 was weirder. Starting off on Thursday night, Pittsburgh went to Cleveland, got
Yeah, let's
smoked.
just say we're wrong.
It worked. Pittsburgh goes to Cleveland, gets smoked 29-17. The Browns have a game over them in the division. I do believe. I do believe. All right, we go to Sunday noon games. Bears, Houston. We'll talk about it later, but the Bears with that field goal kick, 23-20 over our former coach Lovie Smith. Kansas City traveled to Indianapolis, and they didn't see this one coming. Pulled it out. The Colts win 20-17 over Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry. Baltimore goes to New England, and Lamar Jackson had himself a day. Mac Jones fought back as much as he could. Baltimore's defense held them. Baltimore steals one 37-26. New Orleans travels to Carolina in a divisional matchup in a picks to click. I picked the Saints, hoping that Jameis Winston would learn how to throw a football. Fortunately, he didn't. Unfortunately, he didn't. Josh, you picked the Panthers, and you were right. Panthers win against New Orleans 22-14. Buffalo, Miami, and this one was wild. Okay, this one had the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Miami won, but this happens in this. This happens in the same damn division. 10 years ago, Mark Sanchez with the New York Jets committed one of the worst atrocities in football, the critically acclaimed butt fumble. And here on Sunday, 10 years later, Miami
Facts.
commits the butt safety. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, the punter punted, the ball ricocheted off his teammate's ass and flew out the back of the end zone for a safety. However, the Dolphins would hold on to beat Buffalo 21-19. Don't you ever bet safety ever again. That shit was crazy. We go to another divisional matchup, Detroit Vikings. And Detroit almost had it till
I
Jared
told I
till
told
Jared
you
Goff.
this when we I knew this when we were
But
I told you this when we were first watching that shit. If that does not make it on the Sports Center not top 10 for
it will.
the whole damn, I'm going to rise.
It will. No, it will. Trust me. We go to Minnesota, Detroit, Vikings. Detroit was coming back, Josh, until Goff does some very Detroit type shit. If y'all look at the last play of the game, he threw the interception right to the safety. Vikings hold on 28-24. They lead the NFC North 2 divisional games up. Cincinnati travels to the Jets in the Meadowlands, and Cincinnati finally pulls one out 27-12 over the Jets. Vegas, Titans. We said Vegas. Titans said no by 2 points. 24-22, Tennessee takes that win. Philadelphia to Washington. And boy, if Carson Wentz doesn't look like Jameis Winston for some reason, I don't know who does. They beat the dog shit out of Washington. Philadelphia 24-8. Jacksonville Chargers. And I don't know what happened to my Chargers. I don't know what the fuck happened. Jacksonville looks like Saxonville. 38-10. That's terrible. I'm pretty sure Chase Daniels was playing at some point because Justin Herbert would have never let that happen. Green Bay Bucks. Two goats are going at it. Last time, that goat got the best of Aaron Rodgers. This time, AR-12 beat TB-12 14-12. That was another picks to click. Rams Cardinals, and the Rams pulled this one out in the divisional matchup 20-12. Atlanta, I said it. Atlanta was going to get their first win against Seattle, and they did. Atlanta holds on 27-23. In a very weird-ass game, Sunday night, another picks to click. Jimmy G travels to Denver with his new his old San Francisco 49ers, and Russ beat them down by 1 point, 11-10. Last night was almost a good night until the Cowgirls did very cowgirl shit and actually beat the Giants 23-16. Josh, that wraps up week 3, but I do want to get into the Bears fans complaining about Justin Fields not having Justin said he didn't have a good day, but Justin wasn't necessarily trash. The Houston defense just prepped for Justin. I think Luke Getsy just has to open up the playbooks a little bit. But Skip, I want to talk a little bit, Skip, about what a run game does for you, Skip. Skip, when you have your number one running back, Skip, and he goes down with a leg injury, Skip, Justin Herbert came in, Skip, and he had 2 touchdowns, 20 rushes, 157 yards, Skip. That's 7.8 a carry. His longest was 52 yards. Skip, when you put that on the ground, Skip, that's a good game. The offensive line opened the pockets for Justin Herbert for Khalil Herbert to get through. The only thing is the pass protection has to be just a little bit better for Fields to do what he's going to do. Obviously, the streak is now 12 games. Anytime Eddie Jackson comes up with a pick, the Bears win, and we are undefeated when Eddie Jackson gets a pick. The record is now 12-0 when Bojack has a pick. Roquan, however, came up with the game-saving pick.
You want to know the crazy part about it? Is the fact Khalil Herbert is pretty much good, David Montgomery. Like, we know him both as a setback and a spot starter when we need. Absolutely no question. He went nuts. And obviously, we know as offensive line is concerned, run blocking completely different than pass blocking. But like we've been talking, run blocking and pass blocking can be essentially when they're all mixed in together. And that is
right. You are.
What I do wish, I did had more to the ball. The run game. Why fix it?
I want to take people back to the NFC Championship game, Green Bay versus San Francisco. That's what a run game does for you, Skip. Skip, when you have a good run game, you can essentially run a team out of town. You can literally run them off the field. And everybody's been talking about the lack of a run game, and here we now have a run game, and everybody's like, hey, why'd they run the ball? Because if it works and they can't stop the run it. idiots. These are the same people that's like, oh, Roquan came up with the interception, and they don't know what happened. They don't know what the hell base defense we're playing. They don't know what the hell they're talking about anymore. People just like to complain. You should stop watching football if you're gonna complain because things that help us win, it's never gonna be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, people. We're still having to fix. The only thing that's wrong with us is our offensive line and pass rushing, pass blocking. The run game, their run blocking, them creating the pockets for our running backs, it's working. Our defense is working. Justin Fields is working. He just needs time in the pocket to throw the ball. Then we'll get an air attack. But until then, run these motherfuckers out of town. I don't care. If it gets us the win, I don't care. Don't care.
Oh, and for what it's worth, is getting these kind of experience. Even the best have rough games. It is perfect rookie or superstar. As long as the offensive line, you know, will be okay. Obviously, a good offensive line, I mean, goes hand in hand, does it not?
Does go hand in hand. You are right about that. Our picks to click leaders, there's a three-way tie with James, Roy T, and Tyler with 9 points. Mom has 8. Uh, Lamar and Eddie have 7. I got 5. Josh, you have 7. Mo got 6. Jamie has 6. Rob has 5. Emilio still at 3. CJA at 3. Cash still got 1. G Gray with 3. I have to do something about picking these motherfucking things because I'm not buying none of you niggas jerseys. No, I am. But I'm not buying none of you niggas jerseys. I will. Week 4, Josh. Week 4. Week 4 looks a little different now, doesn't it? Where the first quarter of football is about to come to an end with week 4. And a lot of these games look like they don't mean shit. But this could be the intangible games that you wish you would have won to give you an extra edge. I want to look at Thursday night's matchup, Miami and Cincinnati. Doesn't look like much now, does it? But considering Miami is playing lights out and Joe
and,
Burrow and company are trying to turn the lights on,
I don't know. But yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say I like much. That's actually a real interesting matchup
yeah,
because are very offensive heavy. Only thing is, the Bengals are really out for revenge these next couple. So that they're not to be messed with, and that they're a real powerhouse AFC, not just the AFC North. Miami is off of a good string of games, so that is a real.
and Miami is still undefeated. Will the Bengals break the streak? I say no. I say Miami keeps the streak going against a struggling Cincinnati defense. I got Miami winning this one. Josh, who do you have?
Man, all things, it's a really tough call. I really want to bet on Cincinnati. I really do, but I don't feel like Miami dropped the hot hand, and it's not saying they're gonna go undefeated. I'm going with the Dolphins.
We're going Dolphins. All right, that is your Thursday night picks to click. Miami, Cincinnati. Josh, we have an overseas game at 8:30. So our Sunday's picks to click will feature one, two, three. So we're gonna have a bonus matchup considering we're gonna have an 8:30 game. We're gonna have an 8:30 game, two at noon, and then the regular 3:30 games and the 7 o'clock game. Uh, Minnesota versus the Saints overseas at 8:30 in the morning. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate voting for my division rival, but the Saints look like absolute trash with Jameis Winston. I got to take Minnesota in this one. I'm sorry. Jameis Winston has fucked up my faith in the Saints right now. And if the offense can't generate, then your defense will get tired. And obviously, if they can't run on Minnesota, who has a really good run defense, if Alvin Kamara cannot get that run game going to help Jameis Winston out in the play action, Minnesota's just going to eat them up. I got Minnesota in this one.
And they can't. And obviously, Alvin Kamara has been out for a while. Rely on Mark Ingram as he is, and as good even in his oldest age and trajectory in his career. And Minnesota off a very key win against it. So I definitely have them running the hot hand for sure.
That is your first Sunday picks to click. Minnesota Saints. That is 8:30 a.m. in the States because they will be overseas. Cleveland Falcons. For some odd reason, Josh, I want to pick the Falcons very badly. As a matter of fact, I'll be wrong on this one. I'll pick the Falcons. I think they could pull one out against Cleveland. I know.
They can. I can't. Can
I
you
know.
really trust
I know.
Cleveland's defense lately? Can you really
I
trust
know.
Cleveland? And
I know. I
the
know.
Falcons, obviously, more power on offense. Well, star power, but more weapons. A better use of the terms here. So I'm going with the Falcons. Shut up.
Buffalo coming off of a stinging loss in their own division to Miami. They travel to Baltimore. Is this Lamar Jackson defending home turf, or is this Buffalo really out for revenge? Keep in mind, Micah Hyde, a key safety on defense, is out for the season with a neck injury. Does Buffalo get their revenge? I personally say yes. Bills Mafia had been on the roll. One loss doesn't do shit. I say Buffalo gets revenge.
Yeah, same. I feel like sometimes Lamar Jackson can really shit. He's trying to get in his little pocket. When I say that, I don't mean in battle rap terms for those that obviously know what that means. When he
That's funny.
tries to force certain and that can work against him.
Mhm.
The missions the Bills to complete, especially during the course, I don't see Baltimore being
We got Baltimore. Can I just put you down for Dallas? Because Washington goes to Dallas and Washington is boo boo juice. Can I just put you down for Dallas? We don't even have to talk about
Yeah, what's really just easy?
it. Seattle, Detroit. Josh, this is interesting. I'm betting on the Lions again. The Lions can lose. Okay. The thing I'm seeing from the Lions is grit and determination to fight back into these games, making the games winnable by Detroit. And they're close. They're not getting blown out. They lost to the Eagles by 3 points. They lost to Minnesota by 4. They're fighting. And with Seattle now being shaken up by the 49ers with Jimmy G back, I think the Lions can pull this one off. I'd say they get their second win against Seattle at home in Detroit. I'm picking the Lions.
Honestly, so am I. I don't trust against the Lions team that really is out Detroit, clearly. And for
Chargers.
the offense especially is really, so you definitely have to take that into consideration.
Yep. Chargers came off an embarrassing loss to Jacksonville. If Justin Herbert is good to go, I'm picking the Chargers nonetheless. What we've seen from the Texans and Lovie Smith, they have a good ground game. They don't really have much of a passing game because it's easy to snuff out. The Bears did what they could to shut down some big plays and shut down the passing lanes. I got the Chargers defense stopping all that shit. I got the Chargers against the Texans.
Yeah, and I've got the Chargers very clearly, especially
Please
with
let
the amount of
Justin
defense.
Herbert.
A little inconsistent defensively, but that shouldn't be no problem against a team like Houston.
All right. Here's a divisional matchup, Josh. Tennessee travels to Indianapolis. This is another picks to click. One of our 12 o'clock picks to click. Tennessee, Colts, divisional matchup. I got the Colts. If you could beat Patrick Mahomes, you could beat anybody. And the Colts definitely did that last week. Tennessee has been very inconsistent this season. Colts defense should pounce on that to further exploit them. Derrick Henry is not running like King Henry. He's looking like a jester. I have the Colts taking this one. Josh, who do you have?
The bar. And second, yeah. Derrick. I covered this.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. Derrick Henry been mad inconsistent, and they can just rely on do all work. So with that in mind, very Tennessee loses to Indiana. And Matt Ryan is sort of on a bit of a career. If you want that, but I digress. Yeah, I've got.
All right. Here's another picks to click, Josh. Might as well throw our boys in the mix. The Bears have been fighting some tough games. Very tough. I think they continue it. One, I'm always going to pick the Bears. I don't give a damn if we're going against Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. I'm going to pick the Bears because they'll beat them down anyway. But I got the Bears against the Giants.
Facts. Okay. This should be. Of course, I'm still going to pick the Bears. But I do that the Giants will give us a little more of a fight.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Unless Justin goes Justin and just completely says fuck that. But we'll see. Josh, Jacksonville put up 38 against a very good Chargers defense. But they're traveling to Philly where the Eagles don't give a shit about none of that. I got the Eagles putting Jacksonville back in their place. The Eagles are just clicking on all cylinders at this point. I got Philly defending home turf, staying undefeated.
Really, because at this point, you actually no. I know for a fact that obviously the Indy win wasn't because clear history there. That one, yeah, obviously no one saw coming, and we what happened. So yeah, and the overall better team next to them, far superior. That euphemism, no, any other euphemism that means very good. Yeah, Eagles clear.
Now, I will say this. If Jacksonville beats Philly and ends their undefeated streak, I will come in here on week 5 preview and sing their praises because 2 teams back to back that y'all smoke. I'm going to have to come in there and tell Trevor Lawrence, hey, I'm just saying. All right, Josh, Jets Steelers. I
But
think Mitch has a field day.
but but my problem with Jacksonville though is that they don't defense. They've got a decent offense thanks to Trevor Lawrence. We have anybody on defense, absolute lock, a down corner, certified that caliber.
And big play Slay plays for the Eagles. If y'all don't know, he is going to be lurking in the backfield. Jets, Steelers. I got Steelers.
Yeah, either Steelers clear. They're going to quickly bounce back from that.
All right. 3:30 games. Cardinals and Panthers. Josh, I got to pull a you last week. I have no faith in the Cardinals defense this season. I just don't. I think the Panthers are waking up. I think the
Nobody
Panthers
does.
are ready to defend home turf. Thank God. I think the Panthers are I think the Panthers are trying to work Baker into the system and run CMC is doing his damn thing. I got the Panthers at home.
Yeah, so do I. And them trying to work Baker Mayfield into the system, you know what? It's kind of working. So, I mean, in all things considered, Baker is really revenge on the whole league. No doubt.
Yes, he is.
Clear.
Yes, he is. Like I hate voting for Green Bay, but Mac Jones might get slapped around in this one. This is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. Like Aaron's gonna exploit that defense and the inexperience of Mac Jones. Yeah. Aaron takes this one. Please, and Mac Jones, prove me wrong.
And really, yeah. and really experienced team in general. It's like a whole new with the same coach, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yep. All right, here's our 3:30 picks to click. Another divisional matchup. Russ goes to Vegas to battle the Raiders. Russ has been showing that he's not so rusty. The Raiders have been a little rusty. But Russ in a hostile territory, it ain't worked out this season. He had 2 home games that he won in. Can he do the same on the road in Vegas? I think not. I think Devontae Adams and Derek Carr take care of business. I got Vegas till we get to Las Vegas.
It is certainly hard and to beat the Raiders, especially with the caliber of team they have now. Especially, and like I've said before, I don't trust play calling. That's going to be their downfall offensively. So I've got
Sunday, and so that was another picks to click for the 3:30 games. Denver, Las Vegas. Sunday night is a Super Bowl rematch. Ooh. The GOAT versus the young upstart trying to be a GOAT but won't get there. Tom Brady knows this defense all too well. Now the question is, who's going to be ready to go for the Buccaneers? They're going to need some offense, Josh. They're going to need some offense. Hopefully Julio Jones is ready to go. Hopefully Mike Evans can keep his emotions in check and he's ready to go. Hopefully the Buccaneers defense shows up and creates some turnovers. Patrick Mahomes can't do shit with the GOAT. I got the Buccaneers.
especially when he's been in the league. So I've got the Bucks clear.
And Patrick Mahomes ain't never beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, like I said,
AFC Championship.
look at the history.
AFC Championship, Super Bowl, lost to Brady. There you go. That is another picks to click Sunday night matchup. Kansas City Buccaneers, Super Bowl rematch. Let's get over to Monday night. It's another divisional matchup, and this is another picks to click. Rams travel to San Francisco. Porn star Jimmy G against Matt Stafford. Again, now remember, last year they swept the Rams in regular season. Then it comes to the NFC Championship, and the Rams said, "Nah, we got you this time." But last time they had Von Miller. This time they don't. Josh, I'm gonna leave this one up to you. Who do you think takes the rubber match to start the season off this time? Do you have the Rams or you got the Niners? This is literally Jimmy G versus Matt Stafford.
I feel like each offense really cancels each other out. We both know that Jimmy G, so debating about that. But still trust the Rams defense more than the Niners. Secondary. I mean, have you seen the plays that Jalen Ramsey been, especially him?
Mm-hmm. One of the best corners, if not the best corner in football. Josh said he's taking the Rams. I got the Niners. Simply because, just like your philosophy with Jacksonville having Indy's number, the Niners in regular season just may have the Rams number, especially in San Fran. I think Jimmy G pulls this one out. Game management, if they could get the run game going, and number 29 on that defense is a fucking menace. If they can hold out, I think they got the Rams. That is another picks to click. Oh yeah, that is the picks to click. Never mind. All right, so our picks to click for week 4, people. Miami, Cincinnati, Minnesota, and New Orleans. Tennessee, Indianapolis, Chicago, and the Giants. Go Bears. Denver and Vegas. Kansas City versus Tampa Bay. And the Rams versus the Niners. You got 7 of them. Somebody make some noise in this motherfucker. Josh, before we get out of here, the run game for the Giants and the Bears are almost similar. Saquon Barkley is coming back looking healthy. David Montgomery is going to be out for maybe another game or 2. We don't know the extent of his injury just yet. Khalil Herbert ran Texas out of town. What is going to be the intangible that makes the Bears win this game? Did you freeze? Josh? Josh froze. Oh, no, there you go. You heard the question? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nope. There you go. Technical difficulties, people. Oh, no, I can hear it. It's bear with us. We're having technical difficulties. Well, while Josh gets that together, I'm going to start singing. I'm not going to sing. Josh.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. You froze.
Yo,
Yeah, now.
yeah, now, yeah, I apologize, guys. The streams were iffy today for whatever reason.
His internet is fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
You probably just got to restart the modem. We'll figure that out for week 4. I mean, week 5.
It's
All right. Can you hear me now?
now I can't even see you. Your feed's acting very weirdly.
I can see me clear. Hello.
You might have to.
No, dude, you might want to refresh your page.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
We're going on a commercial break, people. We'll be right back with a word from our sponsors. And the word is Comcast Internet is trash. They want like $1 billion for whatever. All right, we're just going to run down the picks to click again, just in case. Oh, no, wait, Josh is back.
All right, yo,
I can hear you.
are we good?
Yep, we're good. I can hear you and I can see you.
So, okay, okay,
What was the
good.
question?
Okay, so
So I was
okay,
saying before we get out of here,
the last stream was intact. We had 49ers and Rams, and then we moved to
yeah,
what?
I was saying before we get out of here, the run game for both teams, the Bears and the Giants, are on point. Saquon is back to form, running really well. We got Khalil Herbert. He's most likely going to start with David Montgomery out. What would be the intangibles that gives the Bears the win over the Giants?
Comes down to them offensively. We know Khalil Herbert's going to do damage in the run game, but really, what I want to look for here is whether or not the offense their A game pass wise and see allows Fields to throw the ball a little more because I really connect with the young group of receivers we have. Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet are practically catchers out there.
Whose defense gets the first sack, Giants or Bears?
I say Bears. And
Okay. Robert. Oh, you're going with Quinn. Oh. All right. Who scores the first points, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal, Giants or Bears?
Bears.
Damn, you're just betting on the Bears, huh? This is going to be an ass whooping. Hey, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I feel like this is a 2017 win for the Bears. Again, it'll be tied at 17 at some point. Then the Bears kick a
Yeah,
field goal.
that sounds
Cairo
reasonable.
Santos wins the day. Yeah, I don't see it being a shootout at all. Um, I do see it being a very run heavy game, and the Bears may get one or two turnovers. There will be a fumble somewhere in the third quarter, and the Bears will recover. I just feel like it. All right, you guys. That is the
Yeah,
Archduke.
that sounds very reasonable to me.
It might have been your placement in the
And with
house that
that,
fucked you. That might have been that might have been your placement in the house that fucked your connection up. Ha. Well, well, that was the Archduke. I know Drewcifer. I don't know how to cut the shit off. How do you get it off? And we are out of here.
I guess Drew went out. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I apologize for the constant technical difficulties this stream. I'm gonna double check everything to make sure everything works out going forward. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Field Generals. Peace, y'all.